Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Exclusive Craft Academy. Today I will be showing you how to use the grad template to use for your mockup. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my file for the grad template. I'll make sure I get the right file. I believe it's this one. Okay, so yeah, you see that we have the shawl, the t-shirt, the towel, the pillow, the tumbler, the garden flag, the keychain, and the socks. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is open up for the t-shirt, and as you can see here, it says add image, and that's where we're gonna add our image for our t-shirt. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm going to go to my downloads. I'm going to grab my image for the t-shirt. And I'm going to open that up here. And I'm going to drag it down. As you can see, I've dragged it down and it sits right on top of add image. So now that I have done that, and you can still see my box of my outline, what I'm going to do is rotate my image over, and I'm going to bring it down where I would like it to go. And I'm going to bring this up some like so. Now I can always adjust my t-shirt out more to help line up my image some. Now that I've done that, I'm going to open my image back up, click on my image, and I'm going to pull my image in. And then I'm going to bring it down and line it as so. I'm going to bring this up. And over just a little, and then there. So now my image is sitting the way that I would press it out. So that is my first mock-up. Now the next one I'm going to do is collapse the t-shirt again. I'm going to go ahead and come down here and do the garden flag. So as you see here, I have garden flag, and I'm going to open up the garden flag. I'm going to grab another image. I think I'm going to use the same image. And I'm going to bring that down here to the garden flag. And as you can see, it is in place of where I need it to be. Just going to slide it over some, bring it up, and I'm going to hit my navigator. I'm going to bring it in some so that way I can be able to see more, okay? So now that I have done that, I'm going to go back to my layers, click off on that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the socks, but what I'm going to do here is rotate my socks like so, okay? And the reason why I'm rotating my socks is because some people like the socks to be facing them. Other people like for their socks to face other people. And so this one, I'm going to have it to where my socks are facing the people, to where when someone else is looking at your feet, then they will see the image on your sock. So now I'm going to build upon for my sock image. In the same way that I build it upon for my sock image for my socks is the same way you will build upon your same images to be able to press your socks. So I'm just going to go over here and grab my first image is, I'm going to use this one here, which is the confetti background. I'm going to open up my socks. I have left and I have right. I'm going to add my image here, and I'm just going to open this up. Okay, now that I have that open, I'm just going to drag this down here to the sock, and now you can see my image here on the sock. Now, there's another way that you can do this, and you can do this if you're utilizing it on the same sock preference or however it is you're going to do it, even with the tumblers. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and right click on it, and I'm going to duplicate it. And now that I have duplicated, what I'm going to do is open up my other half of my sock, and I'm just going to drag the image down. And now that I have dragged the image down and I have placed it on top of where it says add image, as you can see now that my sock is there and how I want it. So now that I have that, the next step I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add the other part of my sock. So I'm going to grab my other image. I'm going to open that. And this is where I build upon my sock. Now I'm coming right back down here. I'm going to open this up. You can see my image. So I'm going to bring this over, and I want it to go a little smaller because I want my sock to fit with my girl on top. So now that I have done that, I am going to right click and duplicate again. And now I'm just going to drag it right down here to the other sock. Now that I have done that, I am just going to pull my image over. And as you can see, they are just the same. And I'm going to leave it as so. So now I have my sock. Now the next one that I'm going to do is the pillow. Let's go ahead and do the pillow. Close out my garden flag, close out my sock, open up my pillow. Now let me go ahead and grab my image from my pillow. And I'm going to go ahead and place the image here. I'm going to bring this down. Open up my curve. Excuse me. Okay, so on the pillow, it says curve, but where it says curve, that's where you're going to add your image, okay? So I'm just going to drop it in. And now here is the pillow, and it is sitting just how I want it. So I'm going to leave that as is, and I'm going to close that up. Okay, so now I'm going to do the towel. And so I'm just going to continue the same process, okay? Add image here. Let me grab this image here for the towel. I'm going to open that up, drag my image down to where it says add image. And as you can see, it is there. And so I'm just going to move this over like so. So there is my image for my towel. Now, when you're doing the towel, you can open it up and you can be able to put this image on both sides, or you can just go ahead and maneuver it over like so, as if the towel is folded in half, and that is one half that you are seeing. Okay, so it's like the towel is just folded in half, and that's the half you're seeing, and you're seeing the inside of it. Okay, so I can just leave that as so. And I'm going to close this up. And I'm going to do listle, the tumblers rather. Okay, so now that I have that for the tumblers, I'm just going to open up each one of these pathways. And as you can see, it says add image. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna grab my image. Let's see, I can do that one, but I think I'll just stick with this one here. I'm gonna open that up there. I'm gonna drag this down here like so. Now that I have done that, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to right click, duplicate, and then I'm going to drag it down again to the next one, Well, actually down to the next one because we want the middle part to show. So now that I have done that, I'm going to duplicate. And then I'm just going to drag this one up. So as you can see, I have the whole image in there. So that's kind of like allowing the client to be able to see the wrap of the tumbler. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to close that up and I'm going to go ahead and do the keychain. I'm going to open my image. I can do this one. Let's see how this one's going to turn out. See how this one is going to go. If not, then I'll just go back and use the other image. Okay, and it looks like that one's really not going to work. So I am going to delete this image. And now I'm going to add a new image, which is the grad one. I'm going to go back with the grad. I'm going to drag this down and I'm going to move this over, bring it up, try to make it a little smaller, get it to fit in there nicely. Let me make this larger so that way we can see what the keychain is looking like. So we're just going to play around with this one till we get it how we like it. As you see, we can turn this sideways. And I think going sideways is a better fit. So now that I have that, I'm just going to click off of it, go back to my layers, click on my keychain, and make sure it's blue. Then I'm going to go up top. And now I'm just going to rotate my keychain to the side. Now I'm going to go back to my navigator and I'm going to bring it out. So that way now we can see what it looks like with it tilted to the side. Okay, so that is that. Now all we have left is the stall to do. And so I'm going to click on this, bring this down some, making sure we're seeing what we need to be seeing. Okay, now I'm just going to move some of this over. And I am going to now bring in my image, but first I want to make sure that I'm at the red stall. Okay. Okay, so as you can see here, it says curve, and then this is a curve. So at the curves, you want to make sure you add image. I'm sorry that some other places it doesn't have the add image, but I will go back in and make a correction so that way it will have that on your download, okay? And if you have already downloaded, it will be corrected. So I'm just gonna grab my confetti once again, and I'm gonna open up my confetti over here. Bring this up. So I'm gonna bring my confetti down where it says add image. Okay, now I'm gonna just duplicate this again since we're still working in the same space. So that way we can make sure that we double them up and everything looks the same. So now that I have done that, I'm going to go and grab my other image here. And I'm going to place it here. Okay, so as you can see, it's back up to the top. So I'm gonna have to drag it down here to the grad stall, place it in the same place where it says add image. So it's going to layer it up. So now the same way that you are designing your stall here, for what you want to make sure that you have the template for the stall so that way you can build it the same way. Same thing for the socks, you need the template. Same thing for the t-shirt, you need the template. For the towel, you need the template. If you're not quite sure about the template for the towel, you can always just measure out your towel. Same thing with the pillow. You can utilize a measure, and all the rest of them, except for the t-shirt and the stole and the socks, is where you have to design. Okay. I will also leave those links here for you. So now that I have that, I'm going to duplicate once again, and I'm going to bring it down to my next one that I need. And since I have it there, I'm just going to pull this over, line it up, and there it is there. I'm going to pull this back over just a little bit, click on the image. I'm just going to rotate it over. Let me make it a little larger in case you feel like you can't see. That way you can be able to see. Okay, so that's all I did. Just set it up in there to where they are all meeting together. That's down just a tad. Okay, now I want to add some more of something up here. So what I'm going to do is go over here and add some more glitter. I'll open that up. Now here, to add something else, can add something else. Can always rotate it like so for it to meet up, and it just looks like it's coming down like that. So it isn't so harsh of a line. And I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm going to bring this one up here. And then I'm just going to pull it over. So it's not a harsh line there. Adjust this one over here on this side. Bring it in so it all blends. So now I have that there. And as you can see, that blends in together. Okay, so as you can see, we have our stole, we have our t-shirt, towel, pillow, have our tumbler, our garden flag, our keychain, and our no-show socks. So that is how you utilize this template. Now, when it comes time for you to, if you want to change out this font, you can just click on it, change out the font over here to whatever you want your font to be. So let me show you that really quick as well. You'll just highlight, you'll come up to the top, and there, we'll change it to that font and just pull this down. If you want to change these ones out as well, you can. The only thing you really need to do is just click on it, come down, get that same font, and just change it out like that. This was all done in caps, so you would have to just click on it to change it out, like so. Okay. So there you go. That's the template. That's how you utilize the template. I hope that this was helpful to you. Yeah, I just changed that again. That's not a U, that's a W. So I hope that this tutorial was very useful to you, and that you are able to sell and do what you need to do. So if you like this video, make sure you give me some hearts, so that way I know that it was useful and you're able to understand. The program is Affinity Designer. You can do this in V1 or V2. You can also utilize this in Photoshop or any other program like that. So okay, now that we have our design here completed, what you're going to want to do is come up here to File, and you are going to want to export as a PNG. So make sure it's clicked on PNG, and then just go ahead and click export. All right, now I hope that this helps you guys on your grad bundle sales that you guys have. Thank you for watching.